this real fast, but like my heart has been doing really weird stuff lately, and I just need to take care of it, and going live, it will give me a heart attack, I think. I've been drinking way too many energy drinks. I don't know if that's relevant for you. Or coffee, just like too much caffeine. I need to chill on it, but I've been really tired. So in this video, I want to talk about dreams and how like really bad stuff, you could be like, why could this terrible thing be happening to me? And it's because you're going to get a huge blessing. Like certain things are preparing you for your role and preparing you for what's ahead. So in the story of Joseph, like it was such a big betrayal too. Joseph's brothers were jealous of him from his dreams, and they were like, "What? So we're all supposed to bow down to you one day?" And his brothers, like they devise a plan to get rid of him, like end his life, and they throw him down a well and everything. Like they strip the robe his father gave him for his 17th birthday, and it had a rainbow on it. They threw him down this well. The older brother, he didn't tell his other brothers more like how he was against it. You could tell he felt more bad about the situation. But after they left him in the well, his brother Levi was like, we should sell him because the Egyptian merchants went by and stuff, and they were going to sell Joseph instead, and they did. So Joseph, right off the bat, 1:44 on the clock, Joseph, right off the bat, is betrayed by his family, his brothers, because of the jealousy from the dreams, and sold to these Egyptians, to the Egyptian pharaoh. And he takes favor with this pharaoh. And he takes favor with him as his assistant, basically. And one day, the pharaoh's wife gets in an argument with him, an unnecessary argument, to be honest. And they get in a fight, and the wife goes to the pharaoh and lies about Joseph. So she goes and lies to him and gets Joseph thrown in prison. And down there, he meets a servant and a baker. And they start talking about dreams and stuff like that. And Joseph said that he would try to interpret them and take them to God. And he interpreted the servant's dream, saying that he'd be released in 3 days, right? So he gets released in 3 days, and he had told the servant, like, please remember me and ask the Pharaoh to release me and tell him about the dream. And when the servant goes back, the servant completely forgets. And 2 years go by, and then finally the Pharaoh has a dream. And when the Pharaoh has this dream, he calls all these wise men to the council to come up to him so they could try to interpret it. And when that happens, the servant's in there and he remembers. So he tells the Pharaoh about that. The Pharaoh goes down, gets Joseph, and Joseph interprets these dreams, talking about how a famine's gonna come. But before the famine comes, there's gonna be like 7 years where they can do crops, they can do all this stuff and stock up for the famine that's going to last for another 7 years. And because of that, the Pharaoh put Joseph in charge of like all this stuff with the crops and everything else running, stuff with the people, and all these people started to love him and respect him. Everyone loved Joseph at this point. So after Joseph gets betrayed, put in prison for years, and forgot about, he is now in charge of all this stuff and gaining all the respect and love of all these people. And then the famine hits. And guess who is bowing down at Joseph's knees, asking for food? His brothers. And Joseph doesn't reveal himself. He allows them to get the food and stuff, but only if they bring the younger brother with them next time and the father. The younger brother had nothing to do with what happened. And the brother and father come the next time, and Joseph finally reveals himself to them. And the brothers, of course, like, want mercy for this, and they're saying sorry and everything. And Joseph is like, thank you. Thank you for betraying me, basically. Thank you for selling me. Thank you for trying to take me down and end my life, everything else. Because look at all the blessings in Joseph's life. Every bad thing that happened to him put him on the path he was meant to be on. You may never know how God is working in your life, but he's working in your life and he loves you. It may be a biased opinion, but I believe God created you for a purpose, and all of us have special different purposes. Not one is more important than the other. Just depending on how much you want to open your heart to this connection and let him in and let him show you beautiful things. But be careful about who you tell your dreams if you do, because I guarantee you he will give you stuff. And when he gives you stuff, you'd be surprised who's actually with you and who's actually against you. You never know. I would take anything to prayer, but I also have a question for you guys, if any of you guys are good at interpreting dreams. Have you guys ever dreamt about someone for like every single day for over a week? I have never dreamt about, like, I've had numerous dreams about the same people over and over, but I've never dreamt about someone so vividly for like over 7 days straight. Like, getting so much info. It's so weird. But have you guys ever had someone invade your dreams like every single night? And if they do, what do you think it means? That's my question. I love you guys, and I hope you have a good night.